In a hail of gunfire today, the terrorist crisis in France may have come to an end, at least for now. 3 Islamic gunmen are dead, but so are numerous hostages. And we now know the men who attacked the Charlie Hebdo magazine were part of a bigger terrorist team. NBC's Steve Handelsman has more.
It was a coordinated police assault, and it worked. At a printing plant outside Paris, the Kouachi brothers, accused of Wednesday's newspaper massacre, were cornered, but the brothers had a hostage. Another gunman took numerous hostages at a kosher grocery store in Paris and threatened to kill them if the Kouachis weren't freed. Police said both attacks were by one terror cell, the brothers plus Hayed Boumediene and Amadi Coulibaly, suspects in the murder of a policewoman at this gas station yesterday. Police feared that Coulibaly in the grocery store would execute his captives if the Kouachis were attacked. So police hit both at once. The brothers were killed. Their hostage was unhurt. But police said hostages were killed in the supermarket, along with Coulibaly. Boumediene is still being sought.
I want the people of France to know that the United States stands with you today.
President Obama watched from Knoxville.
We're hopeful that the immediate threat is now resolved.
Officials said Saeed Kouachi got military training from Al-Qaeda of Yemen, seen as the biggest threat to the U.S.
Much more dangerous than ISIS, because ISIS has never plotted so far attacks against the homeland.
But despite the Boston Marathon bombing, most experts agree there's less of a threat here, thanks to our Islamic community, says American Manal Omar.
A lot of the forms of intelligence, a lot of the government employees are actually Muslims who, after 9/11, wanted to take a more interactive role in solving the problem.
But U.S. officials still fear copycat terror attacks now, like the French do in that nervous nation tonight. I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC News, Washington.
Experts say the danger is most severe at this moment because the Paris crisis is dominating the world news. Joining us now from Washington is NBC's Chuck Todd, moderator of Meet the Press. And Chuck, we just heard the president say the U.S. is standing firm with our oldest ally. Right. Just how is the U.S. helping France right now?
Well, I think right now it has to do with the intelligence and investigative front. You know, for instance, trying to confirm, we know that Al-Qaeda in Yemen is trying to take credit for this attack. And of course, this is something United States intelligence officials know Yemen backwards and forwards in a way that better than any other intelligence agency around the world. So I think it's important to confirm whether this is true. It's not surprising that an Al-Qaeda in Yemen who is hoping for a big propaganda hit and looking to get attention wants to take credit for it, but are they really behind it, right? That's one part of this. So when it comes to the international portion of the investigation, that's what the United States is helping with the most.
I know this will be topic A on Meet the Press on Sunday. Who are the guests you have lined up?
You got it. It is topics A and B, if you will. Eric Holder, the Attorney General, is actually going to Paris tomorrow, and we'll have a live interview with him. Being the chief law enforcement, FBI has been playing a role in that. But to me, the basic questions for him are, what do soft targets in America have to do, right? We know the government has done a good job with government targets. What about us in the private sector? And I think those are the questions for him.
All right, Chuck, we'll look forward to seeing you here on KXAN Sunday morning at 9. Thanks for joining us.